Hi, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas celebrating the birth of Jesus. We have a great lesson this week, finishing up our Wait for It series because we have been waiting for Jesus to come. And we're going to talk about two people that had been waiting and waiting most of their life for the Savior to come and how excited they were when they finally met Jesus. Let's start first with a fun game of Christmas trivia. I wanted to squeeze in one more Christmas game, even though it's technically after Christmas. Let's check it out and see how many obscure facts you know about Christmas. Welcome back. I hope you were able to answer a few of those trivia questions. Some of them were pretty detail oriented, and I may not have gotten them right. So maybe you did a bit better than I did. So let's dive right into our lesson. I want to ask you a couple questions about what you would rather wait for. And so after I ask the question, you guys can all shout out your answers. and see if you have the same ones maybe as your moms and dads or brothers or sisters. Okay, so would you rather wait for your turn at the playground or for a ride on a roller coaster? What would you rather wait for? That's a tricky one. Sometimes the roller coaster waits are really long, but it's super cool. So it's a trade-off. Okay, so here's the next one. Would you rather wait for dessert or wait for the weekend to happen? Well, that's a good one. Those are both good things to wait for. So yell out your answer. Okay, next one. Would you rather wait for a package to arrive or wait to unwrap a gift? Ooh, we just unwrapped a lot of gifts a couple days ago. So sometimes it's hard to wait for those things. Okay, shout out your answer. And then last one, would you rather wait to give someone a gift or surprise a friend with a visit? These are both fun things to do. So what would be harder to wait for? Okay, so some things are easy to wait for and other things are really hard to wait for. But we know that waiting on God's promises is always worth it. So let's check out our lesson video and see who had been waiting and waiting for their whole life for Jesus to be born and to meet the Savior.
Hey there, little chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl. And welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Hosted by Carl, where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV.
Sorry, I'm just waiting. Oh, come on! Why won't it just happen already? Sorry, kids. I guess I'm just a little bothered today because, well, I'm just waiting for my moment. You know, that big, luxurious moment that happens to everyone before they become famous and successful. I'm just waiting for my moment, you know? It's just taking forever. I wish there was a way to speed up all this waiting, you know? Make it go by faster. But what makes time go by faster? Well, there's that one phrase that says time flies when you're having fun. So that means the more fun I have, the less time I will have to wait. All right, so I have to have fun. Okay, so what is fun? What about a game? Let's see what we got. Aha! We're gonna play one of my favorite games. Jenga. Jenga! Jenga! Look at that. The classic game of Jenga. Jenga, which is Latin for blocka.
All right, let's start. Where should we start? Where should I start? Let's do the middle one because that seems to be working good. The middle one is down. All right, which one next? I think we're going to live right on the edge a little bit. On the edge of Jenga. Oh, good. Now what? Oh, you want me to like actually play the game of Jenga? Let's do this one. Let's do. How about that one? Oh, Andy looks like he's getting a little scared about him. How about that one? Oh, well, how about that one? Let's see. What about, I don't know, this one? What about, this one? What about, oh boy. I forgot I get to restack them on top. Do you think I could get rid of this one?
All right, we're gonna live life on the edge a little bit. You see this one? This is one holding up this whole stack. And I have the confidence I can pull it out. 1, 2, 3. That didn't work. Well, man, that was fun. I bet you that took a whole 2 hours. Oh, wait. That was only 34 seconds. Man! Oh, hey, Sam!
Carl, how you doing?
Well, okay, I guess.
You guess? What's wrong?
Well, I'm tired of waiting, Sam.
Waiting? Waiting for what?
For my moment. It's taking forever.
Alright, I guess I'm lost. What moment?
Okay, there comes a moment in every person's life where they have that moment. Something that changes them from someone normal to someone super important and successful.
Interesting. I guess I didn't realize that.
Yeah, well now I'm left here waiting for it to happen, and I just don't know when it ever will.
Well, waiting can be hard. I get that. I know a story of a couple of people who also had to wait for something a long time.
Really? Who?
Their names are Simeon and Anna. They lived in the time when Jesus was born.
Oh, so long time ago.
Yeah, well, Simeon was a man who loved God with all of his heart and devoted his whole life to God.
Sounds like a good guy.
Simeon received a promise from God that he would see the Savior with his own eyes before he died.
Wow, what a promise. I can imagine Simeon liked that news.
But he waited a long time. He became very old, and it still hadn't happened yet. And there was another person, and her name was Anna. She was a prophet, and she was also very old.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So I have to wait until I'm very old before my moment happens. That doesn't sound fun.
Just hang on, Carl. Anna also loved God and worshiped God all the time. So much that she almost never left the temple.
Was she waiting for Jesus too?
Yes, she studied God's word with all her heart. And in the scriptures, there were promises of the Savior coming. She believed with all her heart that the Savior was on the way.
So did they get to meet Jesus?
Yup, and it just so happens that it was tradition for the parents to take their babies to the temple.
Why? Was there a daycare there or something?
No. They went to dedicate their children to God. They asked for prayers of blessing so that their family can grow in ways that would please God.
How cool!
So Mary and Joseph did the same thing. They took baby Jesus to the temple.
And Simeon and Anna were there?
Yup. They both got to meet Jesus. They praised God and thanked God for finally sending the long-awaited Savior. It was a great moment, and it was a huge celebration because their wait was finally over.
Wow, that was their moment. But instead of becoming successful, I guess it was the chance to have Jesus in their life.
Absolutely. You see, if we wait for success, fame, love, and acceptance from anything but God, we will be waiting for a long time, even if we find all those things.
Why is that?
Well, everything else falls short compared to Jesus. Jesus is the reason why we celebrate not only Christmas, but every day. Jesus came to earth so that everyone could be saved. The people of Israel waited forever. Simeon and Anna waited forever. But Jesus was worth the wait.
Wow, I guess you're right. Now that I think about it, Jesus is the one we've been waiting for.
And that's the big idea I've been waiting for.
Sam! You said that, I said the big idea that I didn't even realize it. Sam! Today's big idea is Jesus is the one we've been waiting for.
So let's say it out loud on the count of 3. 1,
2, 3.
Jesus is the one we've been waiting for.
Oh yeah, we have been waiting for Jesus. And yes. Sam, I appreciate you helping me understand all this. I guess my moment will just look a little different than I expected.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know what's better than a big successful moment?
A dance party?
A dance party.
See you next week, kiddos.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Pro TV.
Okay, so the people who were waiting were Simeon and Anna. Simeon and Anna each had been waiting for the Savior for a very long time. God had spoken to Simeon and told him he would meet the Savior during his lifetime. How amazing! And Anna prayed and fasted regularly, which means she gave up certain foods for certain periods of time to worship God because she knew that God would send a Savior one day. Simeon and Anna obeyed God, and they got to see God's promises. When Anna and Simeon listened for God, they knew what to look for then when the Savior came. They knew Jesus was the one they had been waiting for. And the Savior finally came. Jesus was born to save all people from their sin. And that is our big idea this week, that Jesus is the one we have been waiting for. So let's have some family discussion about that awesome topic. And pause the video and discuss the questions on the screen, and then come on back. I hope you all had some great discussion. Let's dig a little deeper about why we were waiting for Jesus to come. So let's go in our Bible and read from Galatians. So if you want to read with me, I'm going to be reading Galatians chapter 4, verses 4 through 7. So I have it here on my phone. So let me read to you. But when the right time came, God sent his son, born of a woman, subject to the law. God sent him to buy freedom for us who were slaves to the law, so that he could adopt us as his very own children. And because we are his children, God has sent the Spirit of his Son into our hearts, prompting us to call out, Abba, Father. Now you are no longer a slave, but God's own child. And since you are his child, God has made you his heir. Such an amazing group of verses. So God has adopted us into his family through Jesus coming to save us from our sins. Because of sin, all of us have separation from God. And the Bible tells us that through Jesus, we all have a chance to be adopted back into it. And we are then truly part of God's family. Receiving this gift reminds us waiting is totally worth it. And that our big idea this week, Jesus is the one we have been waiting for. So let's end our lesson today with our memory verse. This is our last week practicing Micah 7:7. So let me say it for you one more time. But as for me, I watch and hope for the Lord. I wait for God, my Savior. My God will hear me. Micah 7:7. And since this is our last week with our memory verse, I want to have kind of a memory verse challenge where you can say your memory verse to someone in your family. I challenge you. You can even send me a video of you saying your verse. I would love to hear it. So it has been so fun practicing this verse with you this month. I hope you take some time and say it to someone in your family and kind of get credit for all the work we put into memorizing it. I wish we could do it together in person. So if you want to send me a video, I'd love to see it. So great job working on storing up God's word in your heart. It's just amazing. So that takes us to the end of our lesson this week. Thank you so much for spending time with me this week. I hope you have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.